I was kind of young. I was about 13. I was just trying to find something to fill that void. I was already smoking marijuana.
It looked cool because my friends were doing it, you know, and then I never thought that I would be that person that would get addicted.
I guess it seemed like the more I lost, the more I wanted to use, I guess. It was rough.
All I knew was sex, drugs, rock and roll, violence.
I was using a needle by the age of 13, so I was smoking weed before that, tobacco before that.
I started drinking when I was 12 or 13 years old, you know, having a good time with my friends and buddies, and have parties and stuff, and that lasted until about 16. I started smoking weed. You fast forward a little bit until the first hard drug I ever tried was ecstasy, and I tried it, and at that time, it was the best feeling that I thought that I could ever feel. I mean, it really was.
I was in a tent, sleep behind a motel room.
I was dope cook, dope user, stole from everybody and anybody I could.
I lost my relationship with everybody. My kids didn't have a relationship with Jesus. Ended up basically being homeless with my oldest daughter.
Not taking care of my health, in and out of the hospital every month or so.
One of these days I'll get clean. One of these days I'll put this aside and I'll grow up. But right now, I'm not gonna worry about that.
Still using, thought I was okay.
My rock bottom lasted for about 2 years. It was the height of my addiction. I was totally isolated at this point. I threw everything away that mattered to me at all. I had tried my hardest to fill myself with drugs, and I was alone, I was isolated. Man, you know, I wanted to die every single day.
I came to Reckless the day after Thanksgiving. I got my relationship with Jesus Christ. I'm telling you right now, like I thought I had been saved before, but it's not. I wasn't saved. I might have been asking for forgiveness, but I never repented. I kept doing the same things over and over and over and over and over. I had surrendered everything that day. Before I'd never, and to this day I still surrender everything. My thoughts, my worries, my decisions, everything, every day.
I remember bawling on my knees, praying that he would just take me. I always knew God. From a young man, I always knew that there was a God. I had never truly surrendered my life to him. You know, I would say the prayer. I would say the words, you know. I didn't know that he was who he said he was. And I said, God, I don't know anything. All I know is that there is you, and you are good, and there is him who is bad. Lord, I just want to be with you. Please pull me out of my addiction. Please, Lord, save me. I can't save myself. Please. I didn't know how God was going to change my life, and quite frankly, I didn't think that he was. I wouldn't have.
My goal up until 9 months ago, I wanted to go to prison, be a gang member like my dad. And I thought it was cool.
And let me tell you, people say you can't get sober in your hometown. I went to school here in Salina. I did it. I'm 15 days away from a year, completing a year. And by the grace of God, pull me out of my addiction and bring me here. Without Reckless, I probably wouldn't be live having this interview right now.
I knew when I got here that this was the shot that God gave me to not only have a life worth living, but to have a life that was dedicated to living for him.
I've learned being here, anger is a secondary emotion. I don't know, I decided one day I wanted to get saved. And spur of the moment, I decided on the coldest day of that week, I wanted to get baptized.
Through Reckless, that's when I started to find hope, I think. For sure I found hope there. Found hope and found Jesus.
It's got me sober. I do have a relationship with my family again. My mother and I are close. Grandparents talk to me. And my health is way better.
This past Easter in 2023 was the first Easter dinner I've had with my family since 2015 probably. They didn't want me around, who would? In the end, it's all about getting right with Jesus. Without him, we wouldn't do it. We wouldn't be able to do it at all. And if you're gonna be in the program here at Reckless, you'll definitely get it. I'd highly recommend it.
I'm still a work in progress, and I know that. So I'm gonna say what's helping me in this program right now would have to be everybody here. Everybody's different, teaching me how to deal with different people and multiple different people at all times. And that aggression ain't always the answer.
It's nothing that Reckless had. It was, I found Jesus. I found hope in God. That's the only way I can put it. You can be out there being sober and still be able to manage life.
I have seen so much growth within myself. I got my glow back. I fell in love with myself. I'm starting to see the Elijah that everybody loved at one point. You know, I'm starting to have joy and happiness back in my life, and my family's starting to talk to me. And I feel that light shine brighter now that was so dim at one point. A light that nobody can put out. And most of all, I found Jesus. I'm happy. I'm very happy. God is so good to me. I can't scream that enough. I mean, God is so good.
I was in the program, and now I am the director. I've done my year. Reckless is just an organization. The main thing here is Jesus. You know, we show these guys Christ, and we do our best to show them the gospel. And that's the coolest part.